Sunday, January 14th, 2024, the second Sunday of Ordinary Time. The Gospel passage narrates the encounter of the first set of disciples with Jesus at the beginning of his public ministry. Jesus was introduced to Andrew and his companion by John the Baptist, and they called him Teacher. After staying with him for a day, the image of Jesus the Teacher grows into the figure of Jesus the Messiah. If we think that the disciples quickly identified Jesus completely, we are mistaken. To see the growth of their understanding, we must delve deeper into the conversation. The question of Andrew and his companion is, where do you live? It is a courteous question for a first meeting. But Jesus does not answer this directly. Instead, he offers an invitation to go and see the place where he lives. In fact, along the ministry, Jesus would tell them what they might have already understood, where he does not live. Foxes have holes, he says. Birds have their nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. Where he lives would have been answered much later. By the end of the Gospel of John, leading us into a deep mystery of the relation between the Father and the Son. Jesus will say, "As I live in the Father, you too must live in me." Well, that is the dwelling place of Jesus, the heart of the Father. He considers his Father's heart as the place of his food and boarding. He would invite the disciples to live also in him. Unfortunately, after a long time of living with Jesus, the disciples had not understood that mystery. Philip will ask, "Show us the Father." Jesus would ask in reply, rather sadly, "Haven't I been with you so long, and you do not know that? The one who sees me sees the Father." The simple conversation of Andrew and his companion with Jesus would take them to the heart of a mystery. At the end of the ministry of Jesus, they would realize that Jesus was not just a Messiah, but the Son of the Father, the Son after the heart of his Father. There are different ways we can look at another person. We can look at a person from the past, evaluating their achievements and their failures. We can look at a person evaluating the present position that they hold. We can also look at a person and see the potential that they hold. The disciples looked at Jesus with a future perspective, that of being a potential Messiah, but they could not manage to go any further. It is significant to read at the end of the Gospel today how Jesus looks at Simon. He could have been called by what he was doing, fisherman, or by his age and relationship, uncle, or really anything that could have made a familiar and friendly impression. But rather, Jesus sees in him the rock on which he would build his church, and calls him Peter. What an empowering experience! Yet, even Peter might not have understood the full meaning of this name change. Looking at someone from all perspectives, the past, the present, and the future, and seeing their potential will empower and encourage them to pursue a dream. Jesus did just that with his disciples. They followed him, and their hopes of a Messiah were fulfilled, even beyond their wildest dreams.